Oh, yeah, you know what time it is. It's time for the Joe Boo Sports Report. And it is a Sunday afternoon where we do not have any football. And I'm glad that you are spending a little time with me. We don't have football games yet, but we do at least have the players on the field. I know it's probably hard to hear me over the music, but man, I just love this beat so much. Shout out to Ron Oliver on it. Let me kill the music here. But it is a Sunday afternoon, and of course, it's not the football season, but we do have the rookies on the field as we speak right now, working out. And my observations, and again, I am just a guy with a day job and a voodoo doll, broadcasting from you, not in my mama's basement or anything, but actually outside my basement. I'm outside the basement here at my Joe Boo Sports Reports studio. And I like to analyze. I like to look at things and see what directions and things that they're going and so forth. And from my observations thus far of Dan Quinn, I don't know, I can't guarantee, and I won't, that he is going to be a difference maker, but I love the approach that he's actually having. And I understand, for me, seeing what's gone on with Dan Quinn, I feel like Dan Quinn and I have a lot in common. And I know you're going, what the hell is he talking about? Well, Dan Quinn, he's 50 years old. I'm 55. He used to play defensive line. I played nose guard. In fact, he's making nose guards cool again. He is bringing back and making nose guards sexy. And me being a fat ass, well, nothing could make me happier than that. But Dan Quinn, from my personal observation, like I said, I'm a guy with a day job and a voodoo doll, so you can take it, as you will. But see, he is a hands-on type of a guy. He likes to get his hands dirty. He likes to sweat. And see, for me, I can remember when I used to have about 20 employees, 20 people. We were working like on an 80,000 square foot warehouse that we were building, where we had to build a 150-foot long, 36-foot tall firewall, 2-hour rated, which is 5/8 inch drywall, 2 sheets on both sides, okay? That kind of stuff, heavy-duty construction and things. And I would be there directing people, taking care of the payroll, the paperwork, dealing with the customers and stuff. And I hated it because I know inside I'm a grunt. I can work and be in an office, but I don't want to do that. I don't like it. It drives me crazy. Yeah, I can do it. But give me, say, Mark, we need to build this shit. Okay, I'm there. But I watched this tape from OTAs and absolutely positively love this. Let me show you the clip here. This is Dan Quinn working with OC, okay? And he's teaching. That's it. He's teaching basically how to rip and how to get away from the offensive lineman. And you can see, this is your defensive coordinator. This is not your defensive line coach. He is down there in the trenches and showing him the handwork. I love this. But see, this is a guy who likes the one-on-one teaching aspect of coaching. Now, I don't know if you understand what he's actually trying to teach him here, but this is the subtleties of being a defensive lineman. This is a technique. See, what he's doing is he's teaching. Okay, first thing. Okay, this is kind of like the Karate Kid. Wax on, wax off. Because what you saw him do is he was showing him, get the guy's hands off you. Because the offensive line, see this, I love Dan Quinn because he's speaking my language and he's bringing out for me my experiences, okay? What he's teaching you is the offensive linemen, they're going to fire out and try and get their hands on you so they can control you. So the first thing he was doing there, let me back it up here. First thing he's teaching him is you use that hand to get his hand off you. Watch the subtlety of the motion, okay? See? Boom. Did you see it? Did you see him go wax off? Okay? So that's the first thing he teaches the guy to do, is to take and knock his hand off you, because now he's going to try and recover. Then he's teaching him the second move, the rip. Okay? Because what he's trying to do is he's teaching him, get his hand off of you, and then you rip You take this arm and you're basically punching and you're turning the shoulder. Now he's only got a small target. And if it's like a guy like Michael Bennett and he's got them little tiny shoulder pads on there, it's only this big. I can't get both my paws on here. At best, I might get one hand on here, and I can't control you with one hand. I can't. I just can't. So he's teaching him quick, get his hand off you, and then rip. Because now that gives you a lane and gets that speed upfield. See, watch. Boom. You see this? See, now, he's got that rip. Now, what's that offensive lineman going to do? What's he going to do? Now I'm kind of hooked. I'm hooked. I can't control him. I mean, this is like, it's like a fish fin out of water. It ain't no control there. I've ripped. I've gotten my shoulder dipped past him. He's got no target. I am beyond him. He is now beat. I love this. Oh my God. Okay? He's letting you know this is all that is all that offensive lineman has. Now, if it's Tyron Smith back in the day, you still have to worry about that one arm. But he's teaching the technique. He's not just being the guy who's coming up with the philosophy. He's being the teacher as well. Look at that. Okay, look. Now, he's showing us. Boom. When you get up in here, boom. Okay, and he's like, not quite it yet. Not quite it. You've got to really get that shoulder ripped in there. It's literally like you're trying to give a guy an uppercut. Oh, I love this. I love this. See, this is a basic principle, of one of the moves. And there's all kinds of moves. There's the swim move, but you don't want to do a swim move. And I'll explain to you what a swim move is in a second here. He's trying to show him. Okay, look. He's showing hip placement right here. You see right here, that arm is up where he's already ripped through, okay? So he's trying to show him exactly step by step the moves you make. And see, generally speaking, you don't have time to teach a guy technique in the NFL because they get there, you've got this playbook that is just like blown up. You don't have that many practices, and so they kind of expect you to be able to have what you have when you get there. But that's not what they're doing right here. Right now, Dan Quinn is truly teaching and taking all that knowledge. Look, he's got his hands there on his hips. He's showing him, boom, you move the body and you get past him, okay? And then shed the blocker. I absolutely positively love that because what he's going to do is he's teaching him first the basic step. The basic thing is the rip. Once you get the rip down, once you get that mastered, then you start playing mind games with the offensive lineman. You do the jab step, so you step to the right. The offensive lineman steps with you, and then you come and rip back across because now his motion's going in one direction, and you're trying to go the other. Then, of course, there's the swim where you're literally taking and you're doing like a swim, like a breaststroke, and you're doing that over so he doesn't have that target over his body. And when you get that arm over, basically you're using that flipper to kind of push yourself and propel you forward. These are basic moves on the defensive line that he is trying to get them to perfect because these are things that are going to give you an advantage to the offensive line. And this goes back to being not only the defensive coordinator, you're also teaching these moves. You're teaching and educating. You are actually also, and this is the other big thing too, developing that close one-on-one relationship with the players that ends up being that they'll buy into what you're teaching. And this is where you get these guys to the point where they will run through a brick wall for you. And I positively love it. See, this is where you looked at the relationship that we had last year with Mike Nolan and the players. I don't think there was enough time for them to develop this relationship where, he took Bohannon had a sore shoulder yesterday, and, Dan Quinn took him off the field there, and Dan Quinn played the nose guard there. Okay, he's a little undersized, a little old and everything else. But, and of course, now you had Bohannon basically joking and saying, well, he can't do what I do and everything else. But he was okay. And I'm telling you that when you start getting that relationship with the guys, as a coach on those coaching levels, those are guys that you're always going to remember. And when you hear guys like Richard Sherman or Earl Thomas and things like that who talk about the relationship they had with Dan Quinn in Seattle or even Chris Richard, this is a good thing that you definitely, truly want to see. I can't wait to see more of the practice tapes and things and hear more comments from the players on the things that he's teaching them. And I like it. I like it. I think our defense is going to be able to take a big step forward because, quite frankly, we've got no place to go but up. But you know what time it is, y'all.
Coach here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the show for the sports report.
Oh, yeah.
You did one hell of a job, and the only thing else I got to say is, high five!